Well, today I've got my hands on a new rucksack from the guys over at Solar. Now, I love getting my hands on Solar kit because it's always really high end, and this new C-Tech range of luggage is going to be no different whatsoever. It's part of the SP range, which is the Solar Performance range, which, as we all know, like I've just said, is very, very high end. But before we get too much into this rucksack, it is worth talking about the material that this is made from and that the rest of the C-Tech range is made from, because it is a new material to Solar and it is called 𝗃𝗥𝗡. Now, Solar somehow have combined carpiness and being environmentally friendly into one package or one range, which is the C-Tech range, which this rucksack is a part of. Now, this rucksack is made from recycled plastic bottles. I don't know how they've done it. I don't know how they've turned a plastic bottle into that, but they have. And it's of a certified global recycled standard. I think that's right. And it has a green product mark. So Solar doing everything that they can to help the environment, basically, because at the end of the day, our sport relies heavily on a healthy environment. So if you can help it and you can be carpy in the process, then why wouldn't you? But let's get more into this rucksack, because Solar were basically given a brief to create the perfect rucksack. And I think they might have done it. It is hard to find fault with it. If we run from top to bottom and we go through all the ins and outs of all the different pockets that you get in it and all sorts, let's start at the very top. Now, you will see you have got a couple of straps with buckles that can obviously tighten down. The idea of this is you can put wet clothing, waterproofs, things like that on top, and you don't need to actually chuck it in your rucksack and get everything else wet if it's already wet, or it's just somewhere that you can keep those sort of things aside and you haven't got to be rummaging through clothing inside the bag to actually get to the bits that you want to get to. So really handy. I'm guessing you could even put a little roll up unhooking mat into that as well and then tighten down on it. But everything about this screams quality. Even these kind of straps, they are really high end, which you've kind of got to feel yourself to appreciate, but hopefully the clips will do it justice as well. All the buckles are super hard wearing and they're obviously going to last you a long time, but that is just the tip of the rucksack, so to speak. Now, there's a couple of little carry handles on the side here which make it nice and easy to actually move it around to swim if you need to. We'll come on to the actual back straps a little bit later, but like I say, working from top to bottom, you've then got a compartment in the top here which is the perfect size for your generic tackle box, which is on the market at the moment. Zipping that back up, you will see that you've actually got like a little flap of material, so it's going to keep it a little bit more water resistant. Now, the material is actually water resistant itself, but obviously having that double measure, that means it's covering the zips, so no water's going to get in. One last thing I will actually show you inside it is you do have a completely waterproof zipped pocket. So this is ideal if you want to just chuck your phone in there somewhere when you're actually walking around the lake, or it's great to keep all your tickets and things like that, because they're all still paper, aren't they? So yeah, really handy little pocket just in the top of that. But then moving to the front, you'll see you've got three quite good sized pockets. Now, I must admit, I struggled to fill this rucksack with my kit. I don't take that much in my little carry-all, so I did struggle a little bit. But in the top pocket here, I've got literally just some PVA mesh. In the middle pocket, it's a little bit bigger, but I can fit a rig wallet in that just to give you some sort of concept of the size. Come down to the bottom pocket where I've got my spare buzz bars. I normally fish 2 rods, but I've got a couple of 3-rod bars in there and a spare alarm. Moving around to this side of the bag, there's a couple of quite wide pockets, which is quite handy. So in this one, I've got loads of pop-ups and hook baits. Got 4 tubs in there, but they're, as you can see, they're quite loose, so you could probably fit a few more if you wanted to. Then got the bottom one, which is where I've got my buzz bars and receiver. That fits nicely in there. So again, everything is accessible for the start of a session. You can get going without even delving into the main pocket. Flipping it around to the other side, you will see that you've actually got space for 6 different bank sticks or storm poles, or I guess you could even fit distance sticks with the actual height of the bag. And it's kind of like a hardware, it's the same sort of material as these straps really that goes around here, but then you've also got like a extra strong bit here just to stop the bank sticks from poking through. You can fit up to 6 bank sticks in there. And then opening this up, you've got one large pocket, which I've actually managed to fit my scales pouch. So again, loads of room in there. You can put what you want in there, but it's just kind of showing you how much space and how many individual little compartments you've actually got within this bag. So flipping this back round again and opening up the main pocket, it is, again, a massive opening, and this is one main pocket, no compartments, nothing like that. There's no pouch or zipped thing on the top, because this is where you're going to put the bulk of your stuff. And as you can see, like I said, there's not actually that much stuff in here because I've managed to fit it into all the outer pockets. But that's nice to have a bit of room if you want to put your food and everything in the same rucksack as everything, and then you know you've got all your kit in one place other than your rods and bits like that. So yeah, loads of room in there. Just again, to give you some concept, I've got hook bait pouches, I've got a couple of bits and pieces pouches, more hook baits. I think I've got too many hook baits. Little lead pouches, a couple of them, sunglasses, and then yeah, there were still stacks of room. So overall, like I say, this is ample for pretty much anyone and any session you might be going on. But it's nice to have that space, and you're far better having a little bit more room than you are not enough room and thinking, oh, I've got to take extra bags or whatever. But this is the large rucksack, so they do a smaller one as well. But yeah, this is the one that I have been sent to show you guys. If I just zip that up, I will then show you the base. So flipping that down, you've got a really hard wearing wipe clean base. Now this is a super tough material, so even if you are fishing really gravelly lakes, that's not going to be any issue for this, because you're just not piercing that no matter how hard you try. And that is even onto the pockets around the outside as well. It's not just the base, it's all the pockets, which obviously if you've got a bit of weight in these pockets, then they are going to end up naturally touching the floor as well. So this has been thought out. This is one of the best rucksacks, or the most high-end rucksacks that you can definitely get at the moment. But then flipping this back round, like I say, this is definitely something to talk about as well. You have got so much padding here. You've got lumbar support, you've got a chest strap as well, which if you do use rucksacks, you'll know just how important that chest strap is when you've got a heavy bag, because it just helps to keep everything in the position that it should be, and it makes it so much more comfortable. But yeah, you've got super thick padding all the way around. You've got 4 different supports for your back, and then the straps themselves are well padded. Of course, they're completely adjustable as well, and you've got a grab handle here. Like I say, you've got the 2, one either side as well. So yeah, it's hard, like I said at the start, it's hard to find fault with this. It is a mega rucksack, and I think Solar have absolutely nailed their brief, especially when you consider that this is made fully from recycled material. That's definitely the way to go. Of course, you've got to do your bit as and when you can, and this is one of them times that you can with absolutely no detriment to yourself. Now, of course, it is finished in Solar's unique camo pattern, which we have seen on a few products trickling through. I think the sofa chair had it, the bed chair I've done recently also had it, and it is a really unique pattern, but it just feels right. It's not over the top, it's not in your face, it just works, especially on fishing luggage. So I really like it. And these you can pick up for about $129.99. Like I say, this is a large one. There are other products within the C-Tech range as well, so definitely check them out if you're liking what you see from this. But yeah, it's hard to think of any other luggage on the market that lives up to the same quality that this one does. So thanks for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one.